You're really wanting to say something and you're not sure how it'll come across. You're getting ready to do it, and then your throat starts to tighten. You get that cough, phlegm stuck in there. That is what we're going to be talking in this video, which is part of a series, chakra series that I'm creating to support you in your healing and if you've been through trauma. Now, this one, we're going to be talking about the throat chakra. If you're new to my channel, you might like to go back and look at the first ones, which is your root, sacral, solar plexus, heart one. Otherwise, stay with me now as we begin the journey talking about our throat chakra. Now, this chakra is obviously based here. It is the color, beautiful color blue, and it's all about self-expression. It's all about being who you are, coming across the way you want, how you want to see yourself in the world, how you want to be confident in what you say, how you say it, that you get heard, you get seen, you feel valued. That is what this chakra is all about. Now, why it's also called self-expression and creativity, we often think that's the sacral chakra. What happens is in the sacral chakra, it's inward. That's where the creativity begins, that's where it's born. But this is here where it is expressed. And you can express it in so many different ways. I've started to do artwork, which you can perhaps see here, and I put the one up that was with blue. You can do through writing, how you present yourself at work, how you can do poetry, dancing, how you dress, set the table. There's so many different ways that you can create in your own way. But you need to feel confident, which comes from the solar plexus. So when you're here, what you can do is you actually being able to speak up without worrying what others think, because that's how we're brought up. But if you've been through a difficult time and you lose your confidence, you actually don't know how to speak up. You go with the flow. You never say what you need. You don't know how to say what you need. Then you might come across as being aggressive because you're too loud. You are dictatorial. You talk over people. That's how I used to be in the past, because what I did was, by doing that, I felt heard, I got it out there. But all I was doing was actually pushing people away and also hiding my vulnerability and my pain. Or the other side is that you are meek and mild and have a whiny voice and sound like the victim. Either way, what you need to do is heal this chakra to come back into balance. You feel strong, you feel heard, you have clear communication, you have good rhythm, good timing, you feel comfortable saying something, even if you can get the jitters. I mean, I can still get jitters, and I'm not always good at this. Like, today I was really working with my crystals to ground me, just to allow myself to open up today, that I have the right words. Because let's face it, when we put ourselves out there, we do get anxious. What will people think? Will we be, as mentioned before, rejected or judged or criticized? And we have enough of that going on in here anyhow. But when you feel really confident with who you are and what you're going to say, yes, it doesn't mean it won't hurt, but you're able just to accept it, which comes back to self-love, and just let it be. And the shadow side of this is when you aren't able to do any of that and be able to speak freely, find the right words, is that you actually lie to yourself. And it took me a while to understand that. What do you mean I'm lying to myself? Of course, what happens is that if you're not speaking your truth, you basically are not telling yourself the truth. You're not telling others the truth. And this can come from childhood, or an experience where you've been shut down, where what you have felt has been denied. Oh, it's not that bad, or you're being a wuss, or you have to like someone you don't like, or you have to do something you don't want to do. All that means it's taking away your reality from you. It's like pulling the rug out from under you. So what happens is you actually don't know how to speak your truth, because there's always this anxiety. What will happen? What will I say? Because you so want to belong. You so want to be part of the family or the community. Or when you're in business, it's like now when you want to do social media, get out there, be seen, you hold yourself back because you get so nervous. I know when I first started doing videos, I had to do about 10,000 takes because I got nervous, I got stuck, I'd start throat, then I'd go blank. Then I'd think, oh my gosh, what would anyone want to hear this? So all these things go on until you bring it back into balance. And with this comes deep listening. Deep listening means that when you can sit with someone, whether that be as a friend, with a client, with a customer, with an employee, doesn't really matter, but when you can actually sit with deep listening. And I want to actually then bring a quote up from Brené Brown, because I really love this, because when you have deep listening, you have empathy, which comes from your heart chakra. And what she says here is, and I'm just going to find it for you, is empathy is connecting with people so we know we're not alone when we're in struggle. Empathy is a way to connect to the emotion another person is experiencing. It doesn't require that we have experienced the same situation they're going through. Now, how does that relate back here? As I mentioned, was deep listening. So when you can just sit there, you don't judge, you just accept for who they are. What you're allowing them to do is actually be able to share and open up. You're witnessing the person and they're able to be witnessed by you and show you vulnerability. Now, with that comes also active listening. Now, active listening means that you are focused. You're not thinking somewhere else. You're not looking at your mobile. You're actually being present with them without wanting to jump in, make it better, or think about, oh, I need to say that. All those things mean that you're not present for that person. And so, at some level, they actually notice that and feel that. So how you do that is that when someone's sharing something with you, and you might not be exactly sure what it's about, and this is how you work in talk therapy, the way I was trained was, you actually reflect it back. You actually repeat it back to them, but in your own words. So that gives them the opportunity to go, no, actually, that's not what I meant. Or yes, it is. And then they feel understood. And that is really great for communication because it supports them to find the words and communicate. And it supports you in just simply being there and equally reflecting that back to them. Very, very powerful for healing, particularly when people don't know how to voice it, how to say that, to make sense of what's going on with them. Because I know for me, for a long time, I couldn't express what PTSD meant. I was pretending, so I was lying to myself. I put up a facade, but I didn't know I was because I was in this deep space of who I was, and the words that I had for who I was were gone. I had to really relearn that and take time to, and I did my journaling. So these are all the things that are part of my toolkit for you, part of this channel. So I'll put some of the links here as we go along because journaling is a really good way to support you in starting because you don't need to worry about your P's and Q's. No one needs to see it. No one's going to criticize. It actually becomes your best friend. Then you can start verbalizing because initially you don't know how. So you just start with a word. You might just say today is a good day or the sun is shining. That gets you opening up, gets you starting. And I found over a period of time for me, and for those of you in business, this will support you too, that it has supported me in how to write blogs, emails, sale pages. It can support you in writing contracts. All these things come into play because you feel confident. You have the words. You know how to put yourself out there. Really powerful. Really, really powerful stuff. Because when you know how to express yourself, find the words, feel confident doing that, feeling comfortable. What you're doing is actually you're creating your life. You're allowing it to unfold. And then as we go into the sixth chakra, which will be the next series, part of the series, is then you actually start listening to your intuition and acting on it, which is then comes back to your solar plexus. So you can see how it's all starting to link up. Each one plays a role. Now, the healing won't obviously go linear because it's not. You'll go in and out. I know I do. I go in and out. As I was preparing these videos, it was really interesting to see what still came up for me, what healing still happened, what understanding happened. And it felt so good. And I was so excited to be able to send this to you or share this with you using my voice, using my authentic voice. The other thing we do is when we're not authentic, we often compare ourselves with others. We want to do it like them. We don't know how to trust ourselves, our own knowledge and what we have, and then how to share it, how to be uniquely you. So put your hand on your heart for the moment, or even around your throat chakra, and just think, who are you? Who's the authentic you? And as we're coming to the end of the video, I'd like you to also say to yourself, I'm at ease with speaking my truth. I feel comfortable speaking my truth. Thank you for watching and giving me the opportunity to share this with my authentic voice. Leave comments, anything you'd wish to share that resonated, any questions you might have, share with anyone you think that would be interested. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video or 2 or 3 actually, because those of you who haven't been here already, I also do a meditation, tapping and Reiki one to really allow you to immerse you into each chakra. And this one of course will be the throat chakra. Namaste.